Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, you will learn how to create a daily task manager in Microsoft Excel. So as you are seeing my screen, a simple task list template wherein we have serial number, task name, then due date of that particular task, and we have the status. So once that task is completed, you can check this, so it will be considered as completed. If I will uncheck, then it will be considered as pending. And friends, I have put one more conditional formatting here, that is if due date is less than today, that means you have not completed the task within due date, so it will be highlighted in red color. Okay, so that means it is overdue. And one very important thing here which I have put in this particular daily task manager, that is this checkbox. So friends, when we create the new task list, usually we take the checkbox from the developer tab and insert from the form control. So if you are creating multiple tasks and each time if you have to create a new checkbox from the developer tab, it will be very time consuming. So what I have done here, I have put an automation. As you will add your new task, let's say new task, you can put your task name properly, and as you will hit the enter, the new checkbox will be created automatically, and once you will remove this, that checkbox will be removed. Okay, so it's totally automated. If you have written the task somewhere in the mail body or OneNote, you can copy it and paste it here. Automatically it will create the multiple checkboxes. So now let me show you. Let's say I'm adding a new task. So this checkbox has been created automatically, and I can put some due date. You can type the manually date here, or you can use the PK's utility tool version 2.0 to enter the date. Here we have the data entry group wherein we have enter date button. You can simply click there and you can select the date. So let's say I want to put date for today. So here you can see date is available. If I will check this, then here you can see it is highlighted in green. Alright, so that means it is completed. So now friends, I will explain you how can you create this in Microsoft Excel step by step. So let's start without delay. Now I'm going to add a new workbook. Press Ctrl N. So this is the new workbook, and here we will create our task manager. You can see here what we have done. The first row we have given the header. So let's make it slightly bigger and just merge. We have taken here 1, 2, 3 and 4 column only. Okay. So first will be the serial number. The second will be the task name. Task name could be bigger, so we can make it slightly bigger. Let's take this date. The next we will take due date, and next we will take status. For the first row of these 4 columns, we can select and we can go to the home tab and just click on merge and center. So these all 4 cells has been merged into one. Here we can put our title. Let's say I'm putting here daily. If you want to make it little more stylish, so let's make it slightly bigger. You can right click, go to the format cells, and here you can go to the fill and fill effects. To put the fill effects, let's select the first color. Let's say here I'm taking this light green and I'm taking this dark green. Let's select this first variant. Click on OK. And font color, you can take white color. This one, make this bold. If you want to change the font, you can change. So let's take here Arial rounded empty bold. Alright, similarly here we can put some color. So let's say here I'm putting this blue color, this one, and font color. Alright, now here we can put some border. To make the quick formatting, you can use the again PK's utility tool. Friends, this tool is absolutely free and you can download it from my website. You can use a lot of feature here to improve your productivity in Excel. We can do this formatting manually also, but here I have given a simple button in the selection quick formatting. Just click on yes. So here you can see it has been formatted. Alright, now we will keep the limited rows here. So just select this and hide the other rows. Right click and hide rows, and we can hide the columns also. Let's keep only one column here. Select this all column, right click and hide. Alright, so we have this area available here. If you want to take more rows, you can take more. Here I have taken only 15-17 rows. Now for the serial number we will put the formula, and that will be simple. If this task name value is not blank, then only it will display the row number. So row number will be, we will take the whatever row is there, but because we are at third row and it should be the first task, so I'll use row -2, else we will use blank. Just close the bracket and hit the enter. So it is returning blank. If I will type here any task name, let's say new task, so it will return 1. So we can fill this down till the end. Press Ctrl D to fill this down. So it is filled. As we will add the task, it will show the row number, otherwise it will not show the row number. Alright. Now once we will enter the row number, here it should display the checkbox. So we can make it slightly smaller, this particular column, because here we will display only checkbox. Now to do that, what I have done, I have used a VBA code. So I'll show you that VBA code. So let me go to the original task manager sheet, and here let's go to the developer tab and Visual Basic. So this is the code which we have used in the worksheet change event. So let's copy this and I will explain you step by step. So let's copy this, Ctrl C, and just close this. And now come to this book 2, and here we will go to the developer tab and Visual Basic. Press Ctrl R to show the project explorer, and here we will double click on this sheet 1. As we will click, this window will be opened, and here we will select worksheet in this drop down, and we will put this in the change event of the worksheet. So anything you will change in the worksheet, this event will be executed. Now I will paste this code here. Let's close this. Let me explain you step by step. So what we are doing here, first we are taking dim checkbox, then dim RNG as range, dim CHK range as range. So we have taken these 3 variables and one more variable which is dim SP as shape. So those checkboxes ultimately as a shape. So what we have done, first we have put a loop here for each RNG in target. So friends, target is the range. So whatever you have selected or wherever you have made the change, that is our target range. So target as range you can see here. So what we are doing, let's say if you have pasted multiple tasks, we are putting this loop, dim each RNG in target. The CHK range, basically we are taking the range for the checkbox, that will be cells, and whatever the row of this RNG column will be 4. Let me show you. This column 4 will be our CHK range, because here we have to create the checkbox. So it is checkbox range basically. Now I am putting one more condition, that is if column is 2, if RNG.column means the column should be 2, because here we will enter anything, then only it should run, and the row number should be greater than 2, because first 2 row are the headers. We can say first is the title and second is the header. So it should be greater than 2, then only it should fire. Now the next condition is RNG.value is not equal to blank. So friends, that means if you have entered anything here in this particular column, then this particular piece of code will be executed, and this code is if chk.range value equal to blank, which means this range value is equal to blank, then set checkbox equal to, and we are setting the checkbox, and here friends, in place of this sheet 2 we will take the sheet 1, right? This is sheet 1, you can see from here. So sheet1.checkbox.add, so it is adding a checkbox, and that checkbox will be added. This is the position of the checkbox. This is the cell. In this particular cell, whatever is the left of this cell, I will add +10, will be slightly moved from the border of this cell, and from the top I am using the chk range.top -2, and these are the height and width of the checkbox. Okay. Now next checkbox. So we have taken this variable checkbox.linked cell equal to, and I am using chk range.address. So like we do manually when we add any checkbox from the form control, we use the link cell. So the same thing we are doing here. the character of the checkbox, that means the text of the checkbox, we are putting here blank, and then we are putting the default value of this particular cell as false, so that checkbox will not be selected. Now that false should not be displayed, so what we are doing, we are changing the number format of that particular cell as thrice semicolon, so that text will not be visible. Now the next condition I am taking, let's say this was the case wherein you are entering some task name, and this is the change wherein you are removing the value from the task name column, means you are putting the range value as blank. Then what will happen, it will remove that particular checkbox in front of that cell. So here what we are doing, so you can see we are putting a loop for each sp in activesheet dot shapes, and I am putting sp dot top left. Sp means the shape, in this case shape will be checkbox. So if we are deleting, let's say here, let me show you, let's say here we have a task, so let's add a task name, then here you can see this checkbox is added. If we will delete this task, then this checkbox should be deleted. What we are doing, first we are checking if sp dot top left cell, and we are using here offset 1, 0 dot address, and it is the same as checkbox range dot address, then we will delete this particular shape and we will make the value of this. So here as of now the value is false. Here you can see in the formulas it is false, so we will removing that values also. Alright, so if I will delete this, then here you can see this checkbox is deleted and the value is blank. If I will put anything here, then checkbox is there. If I will drag this down, then here you can see it has created multiple checkboxes. Okay, if I will delete multiple one, then all the checkboxes are deleted. Alright, so this is purely automated now, and we have put this on the worksheet change event. Now we have put some conditional formatting also. So let me show you. Let's add a task 1 here. I can drag this down, then here you can see we have multiple checkboxes. Now we can enter the due date. So to enter the due date, you can manually enter, let's say 19th December. You can change the format. Let's take, go to the home, custom, and for the date you can take this sort date format or any other format. So let's, or you can press Shift Control 3 to change the format. So let's take this one. That is one thing, you can enter manually date, or you can use our utility tool to enter the date. So go to the PK's utility tool, and here in the entry data we have enter date. So let's enter date. Alright, you can select multiple, enter date, let's select 18. Alright, so we have entered the date. Now we will put the conditional formatting. When we will check, it should be highlighted, and it is overdue, and also it should be highlighted. Let's select this range to put the conditional formatting, and go to the home and go to the conditional formatting new rule. So the first rule we will put here as soon as we will mark this check. So if we will click on this checkbox, in the back end of this cell will be true. Alright, so what we can do, we can use a formula to determine which cell to format, and here we have active cell is A3, so we will use equal to, and this is D3 equal to true, then it should be highlighted in green. Basically this formula should return true, then it will format as per our requirement. So what we will do, already it is returning true, D3 value will be true, so we will use only D3. We want to highlight the select row of the range, so what we can do, we can put the $sign before the D. Okay, go to the format, and here we will take strike through first, then we will take the color as green. So let's take this green or this green. Click on OK. If I will click, then here you can see it is highlighted in green. Now I'll put another condition. If due date is over, then it should be highlighted in red. So again, go to the home, conditional formatting, new rule. Again we will use a formula to determine which cell to format. So this time I'll use the end. I'll use here C3, and we will put the $sign before C because we want to fix the column. If this cell value is less than today, That means it is overdue. Second condition should be C3. Put the dollar sign before C. It should not be blank. Then it should be highlighted in red. Go to the font and let's take the red font, this one. Click on OK. OK. So here you can see wherever 18th December was there, it is in red because it's backdated. If I will change the date of these three, then let me show you. Go to the date and let's take 21. So here you can see. Okay, so it's working. And one thing, when I'm checking this task, it is still in red. If you want to make it in green, so what you can do, you can change the position. Press Alt OD to open the rule manager of the condition formatting, and you can move this green one on the top. So select this and you can move this up from here. Click on apply. Okay, so now whenever you will check this, it always in green. Alright friends, so friends, that is how you can create this daily task manager. You can use this in your office. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for watching.